how do you assess the political fallout after South Korea's president lifted the martial law under heavy opposition pressure?
Well, the political fallouts are disastrous for not only for President Yoon himself or his family, but also for the history and reputation of South Korea. Hard-won reputation of mature and stable democracy for almost half a century, since 1980, and now this hard-won reputation has been broken, has got a hard hit from an amateur, inexperienced and a cornered lame duck president who made an uncalculated adventure, and he ended up in such a fiasco and such an embarrassing fiasco that could take him to not only out of the Blue House from the presidency, but also could easily take him to the prison.
Well, you talked a bit about the idea of this being a fiasco, but what does the president's decision reveal about South Korea's democratic resilience in the face of such a crisis?
Indeed, that is something to be saluted. That is something to be highlighted. The South Korean democratic culture and democratic institutions and the resilience, as you rightly said, the resilience of such institutions and the resilience of, in person, of the opposition leader, and as well as, ironically speaking here, as well as the leader of his own party, of the president's own party, the People Power Party, Han Dong-hoon, who joined forces with the opposition leader Lee Ja-ming, and they managed to convene such a historic and unprecedented meeting, a parliament meeting yesterday, amid the siege by the military and amid the breaking in of the military into the meeting room. And at the end, they eventually managed to nullify the martial law declared by the president. And the president found no choice, and he was left with no choice but to reverse and resign the martial law he wrongly and unrightly declared.
Okay, when we talk about South Korea, it's very hard to, take out North Korea from the equation. Could this crisis provoke a shift in the way North Korea, or rather South Korea, approaches North Korean policy, especially given Pyongyang's silence?
Well, that's a very interesting question, because given the situation, given the historic situation and the historical both situation in South Korea and its relationship with its younger sister, if we may say, the dynamics of a relationship between South and North Korea, the dialectical relationship between the two countries, the precarious situation between the two neighbors, the presence of almost 30,000 U.S. troops stationed in South Korea for almost 70 years now. All these variables should be included when analyzing the situation in South Korea. What happened in South Korea could not be isolated from its regional and international context. So now, ironically speaking, we could hear news from and viewpoints coming from North Korea testifying to the quote unquote to the right side of history North Korea has been in terms of political stability. And they are saying that, look, democracy is failing in South Korea, and look at here in North Korea, we don't have these political turmoils, we don't have these either constitutional or military coups. So it's ironical, but the situation in South Korea invites such ironical comments from North Korea.
You talked a bit about the idea of, American troops there. With the United States closely monitoring the crisis, how could this affect their diplomatic stance towards South Korea, especially given, the number of troops that are already there?
It has already affected the situation, either the diplomatic, military, the political, the economic, the trade future relations of South Korea, not only with its neighbors, but also not only with its neighbors, with its strategic allies like the United States of America, but also with faraway countries such as United Arab Emirates, where the minister, the South Korean minister of it was a planned visit by the South Korean Minister of Technology and Economy. This visit is now cancelled. We could see a planned visit by the United States Secretary of Defense, Lloyd, also is now rescheduled. We could see a dive in the value of the South Korean won, currency won. Also, we could see an age or a moment of instability, a very serious moment of instability politically, economically, and even militarily. Now, South Korea and the Joint Chief of Staff in South Korea is now the person who is making the headlines today, because he's saying that what is going on in South Korea could invite